stuff that God has really helped me with in the last couple months. So I guess I wanted to start off by telling you about how I got saved. So I was actually born and raised in a Christian home. I was, I'm very thankful for that, super excited. But honestly, I didn't come to know Christ until I was about y'all's age. And, I'd struggled with it for so long. When I was younger, I always, professed that I had gotten saved. But in all reality, the only reason I had said that is because my siblings had gotten saved. And I would say, oh, I need to get saved too because they're getting saved. And so I would just, ask God to forgive me of my sins. And I would, just go on and say, oh, I got saved. Well, after a while, it may be good at first. But then you realize, you start having doubts and you start, wondering, why am I, so scared of dying? And I don't understand this. I thought I was saved. And I didn't really want to. I was trying to run away from God, I would say. And when I came here to Oklahoma City, when we moved here, about a couple months after we moved here, we actually went to a ladies' meeting called Lift, and they have it, every once a month on Monday. And I went with it with my mom, and we walked in, and we sat in the back of the room, and I was just, wasn't really going to pay attention much. I didn't really care. And one of my friends actually invited me to go to the front and sit with her. Well, when I said the front, I was thinking maybe halfway back. I sat right in front of the speaker, and so I had no choice but to listen. And the speaker, she was talking about how she had been running away from God before she got saved, and how, so many times she would, just when God would speak to her, she would just run away, and she would be like, no, I'm not going to get saved. I'm not going to get saved. And then she finally got it settled. Well, I was sitting there and I was thinking, she did it, but she actually came through and got saved, and she was a little bit older. I'm 12 or 13 years old. How can I get saved right now? I can't get saved. I'd be so embarrassed. And but God kept talking to me, He's convicting me, and I was like, finally, when I went home that night, I told my mom, I was like, I need to get saved. And after I got saved, I had so much peace, and I was so happy, and I was not afraid to die anymore. I was just ecstatic, and it lasted for so long, and I was so happy, and it's still like that to this day. And so actually shortly after, which brings me to my next story, shortly after, God called me to be a missionary. And I'm still going the process there. I'm getting ready to go to college here next fall for missions at Heartland, and I'm super excited. But the last couple weeks ago, right before missions conference, I went upstairs to the teen department just to kind of hang out and to see him since I'd been gone. And Brother Seth Bailey talked about how we should pray for missionaries and how we should, really be a witness and try to, encourage missionaries. And the whole time I was thinking, how can I be a missionary? How can I be a missionary if I can't even witness to the people around me? If I can't witness to those that I go to school with, or if I can't witness to my coworkers. And I was, so sad about it. I was just so downtrodden. I was just like, God, please give me the opportunity to witness to somebody. I was like, please just help me to be a better witness. And literally, the next day, I went to school, and God opened the door to talk about Him. And one of the girls, she actually brought it up. She brought up religion, and it was so funny because we never talk about God. We never talk about any religion. And she brought it up. And immediately I thought, that has to be God, because there's no way that could have happened. And so we started talking about God, and I started to tell her about how I got saved and why I got saved and the reason why. And I just got so overwhelmed, and I was so excited. And she was so funny, as she told me, it's not funny, but she told me she was an atheist and she didn't believe in God. And the entire time I was talking to her, I tried to convince her, and she was like, I don't believe in this because I don't believe it. I gotta see facts. I just don't understand. And so as we were sitting there, near the end of our conversation, as I was sharing with her everything that, God has shown me, I thought immediately, I was like, well, how about this? I was like, I literally just asked God yesterday to give me the opportunity to witness to, anybody. And then you brought it up. And I was like, I feel like God placed that right here. I was like, He just proved right there that He is real. and that there's no way that could have happened except for by him. And I was like, God gave me that opportunity, and I'm so excited I got to tell you. And she sat there and looked at me for a second. She was like, that's really weird. She was like, I don't believe in God, but I can't believe that actually happened. Are you serious? And I told her, I was like, yeah, I really do feel like God laid the opportunity right in front of me. And she's like, she sat there a minute, thought about it, and she said, I think that you changed my mind a little bit. And I was like, whoa, are you serious? And she told me, she was like, so I actually invited her to church. I was like, would you like to go to church with me sometime? And she said, yeah, I'll go with you. And so now I've just got to get her here, and I'm super excited about that. And I thought that was such a huge blessing. And I guess that what I would want you guys to know is that it's so possible to be witness to people you go to school with, or even your family. You just have to pray and ask God, and He will be more than willing. He wants us to witness and tell people about Him. Even if you can't tell them about Him, invite them to church, and then they get here, they can hear about God. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's so possible, and God blesses in so many ways, and He'll answer your prayers.